You agree with Stephen A. that LeBron is not feared in the same way that Michael Jordan was?
Molly, look, I know Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and I was looking forward to eating my fried turkey, but I'm gonna
Right?
start it off early today. Yeah, I'm gonna start it off early today and fry my own turkey. And that turkey name is Stephen A. Smith. Because look, let me say this, all right? Let me say this, Stephen A.
Disrespect, man.
You was tripping yesterday. And it's okay. We all have those moments. But when we talk about people being feared, no, you're right. No one feared LeBron James. No one feared LeBron James. Not the Boston Celtics, not the Dallas Mavericks, not nobody. Nobody feared Michael Jordan. Not Isaiah Thomas and the Bad Boys Pistons. Not Danny Ainge and the Phoenix Suns. Not Karl Malone them and the Utah Jazz. Not your New York Knicks with Patrick Ewing them, who was hard fouling him and getting all up in his face and wanted to fight him. Not Charles Oakley, who he had to go get to come join him on the Chicago team. Now, I will say this to you. When we talk about players, and we got to go back into the history of things, before guys got to the NBA, every guy, including every guy from the 15th man on the roster, used to be that dude. And whether it was in high school or college, that's why they got to this point. And I say that because you don't have fear when you're that dude, because trying to get to the NBA, you got to go against certain competition. You can't have fear. You got to beat the man in order to get to that level. Now, when you get to that level, yes, your role changed, but nobody is fearing nobody. And that includes Michael Jordan, that includes Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, and that definitely includes LeBron James. But you still have to deal with the problems that they go cause when they get between those basketball lines. So when I look at the word fear, nobody is feared in the NBA and nobody was feared in the past, okay?
Well, first of all, a couple of things. Number one, and I'm being very, very serious here because I understand it's a delicate subject when you talk about something like that. I would tell you that I'm always going to defer to players. You played, I didn't. J.J. Redick played, I didn't. Okay, so because of that, being in the NBA and having LeBron James as an opponent, I will openly confess, in all likelihood, you know more than I do. What I'm telling you is in all my years, 25 plus years covering the sport, that's not the impression we were given. And I need a correction, a modification rather, because when I was talking about Michael Jordan, I'm talking about Michael Jordan in the 90s. I'm not talking about Michael Jordan in the 80s that had to go up against the Boston Celtics and ultimately the Bad Boy Pistons. That's not who I'm talking about, because